Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Just checking out the ship here. This is our underwater recovery ship. I've just been working on the submarine. It's still balanced. I added a few things to it, and it still does real well. So what are we looking at? I should leave this open actually, since we're in here. Alright, so what I've done is I've added these are arms. Alright, and what they do is they have fluid connectors on them. So one is for air and one is for water, right? So this will connect to the ship. It has an anchor and then has a fluid connector. Let's say there would be a pipe there, right? And then let's see what that's the cable winch, and that's the air winch. Oh, I guess I only have one of them. Looks like I only have one of them hooked up. Good. Well, that's good that I tested it. Yeah. So it's giving me rope. One's going faster than the other. Yeah, so something like that, basically. There we go. So you're at the bottom of the ocean, right? We've now connected to the ship that has sunk. And now we're able to pump air out of the ship using these big winches here, right? So it'll go... let's see here. Let's see. I'll hop out. The next big video I put out is going to be a test. Oh, I might. Okay, good. You got to jump out. I'm glad they fixed that mechanics. The jumping mechanics is awesome. Okay, so in the next video, I'll be out testing this. But essentially, this is the scaffolding I was talking about. So this gets lowered into the water, and then you can disconnect the winches, and it'll sink down. It just has some repair equipment on it. But let's say the ship is way down there, like 300 or something, right? So we can't get out of the submarine. So what this does, these are on the ship. So the submarine can go down and plug into the ship. These will disconnect, okay? And then we can let out our rope, our hose. We'll then plug into this end here. The submarine connects to this end here. And then this connects to the ship, right? So this gives us our depth coverage. So we can go down, you know, these are 600, but we can go down 300. I think that's the maximum depth, let's say something like that. We can go down in the mini sub, because pumps don't work down there, but pumps work at the sea surface. So what we're essentially doing is we're connecting the ship to the ocean surface, and then I'll be pumping out air. I'll be pumping air down with the hoses, and we'll be pumping water out. Yeah, so it's really cool. I jumped in the water again. So that's what I've been working on. There's also a welder on the front of the sub, the mini sub here. You gotta jump. Oh, there we go. I put a welder on there. I'm just about to put the controls in for that. And that'll pretty much do it. That'll pretty much do it for the mini sub. The cranes are in. Everything's locked. Everything's good. So then I'll just have to check the radar, calibrate the guns, so we have a little bit of defense. Yeah, and then this thing will be ready to go. Probably put some lifeboats on it, actually, because this is more of a rescue, like a Navy rescue vessel, than it is an actual fighting ship, you know? A frigate or destroyer battleship sinks to the bottom of the ocean, and this ship goes out. It can repair it. Right, we have with the welder on the submarine. All right, if we're too far down and we can't get out of the submarine because we're beyond our depth, I think, let's see here. Anyways, if we're beyond our depth, we have the welder. So that's what that's for. We'll be able to patch the hull if we need to quickly. Patch the hull, get the water out. Yeah, so we'll see how it works. With the gas filters, I know I was saying that the flow rate is cut down to 50%, right? But if you pressurize the hull, that flow rate increases. by a huge amount. You can get a real huge rate of flow out with the water. You don't need a whole bunch of pumps everywhere. Yeah. So that's what I'm working on now, and then I'll just be calibrating. Once I calibrate that, calibrate the pressures, we'll be able to take it out and test it. So yeah, so like I say, I fixed the front of the ship there. I'll run up to the front. I'll get on the crane here. Oh no, this doesn't take me up to the crane here. What was that? For the most part, this is going to stay the same. But I did fix the nose. I wanted it to be round. You know, I just wanted to have that industrial, more industrial that versus fighting for this one. Yeah, so that's going to do it for this ship. Like I say, the next big video I put out, we'll sink the frigate and see if we can bring it back to the surface. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.